Watch out now. Watch out now. Howdy, hey guys, welcome back. We got another video, man. So we're still working on this shed. In the last video, you guys saw us install the two windows. And like I previously said, you know, I'm not a professional. I'm not a contractor. I'm not a construction person or anything. So my windows aren't perfectly square, which is okay, you know. I notice it. I'm sure everybody else will notice it. It's all right. Just don't kill me too much in the comments. Another thing, one window seems to be a little higher than the other, but it's all right. We're not gonna focus on that too much. What we're gonna be focused on is making these doors that's gonna go here. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna do like the barn style doors, be one here, one door here, and the other door here. And basically what I'm gonna do to make it easier for myself, because like I previously said, my shed is not perfectly square. So like one side is a little higher than the other and top is a little more open than the bottom, which is fine. So what I'm gonna do is the pieces that I cut out are gonna be the same pieces that I put back. And what I'm gonna do to make them fit is I'm gonna take my table saw and I'm gonna cut about 1/4 of an inch off of the top, 1/4 of an inch off the side, and 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. And what that should do is that should give me enough wiggle room at top, bottom, and side to side, so that when I put the doors back up, I have enough space that my framing material that I use to frame the door out would clear the bottom of the floor as well as clear the top, and still give us enough room where when we put our trim at the top, it'll still look perfectly fine and nice and neat. And it should still give us like a bug type barrier where we don't have any bugs or air going through, like draft air. So what my plans are, I'm gonna go ahead and explain my plans, because I'm not sure how good I'll be able to explain it during the video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna just put it on time lapse or just go through it and talk through it. So what my plan is, like I said, is to trim a 1/4 of an inch off that side, 1/4 of an inch off that side, and 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Now I will be leaving the factory joint, which is here. I'm gonna leave this factory joint as it is. And the reason that I'm gonna leave that factory joint as it is, because I'm gonna use that to put my 2x4 on the back side of, where I have a place where the other piece, well, in our case, the other door will have something to butt up against. So it'll be similar to this. So I put my 2x4 like that when I frame it out, so that when my other door joins up and I put my other door up, this 2x4 on the back of this piece will stop the other door from closing or opening too much. Well, in our case, closing too much. So it'll all align together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up for my table saw, and we're gonna cut 1/4 of an inch off. I'm gonna just cut 1/4 inch off the top piece first and the back first, and then if that works perfectly, I won't cut 1/4 inch off the bottom. I just cut the 1/4 inch off the top, and that should still give us enough space to do what we need to do. Wiggle room, at least, to line everything up perfectly. Well, not perfect, but as good as we can get it. So guys, stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys up on a time lapse. I'm gonna set the table saw up. We're gonna cut this piece, well, at least 1/4 inch off this side, or the top, and 1/4 inch off the side. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, now that I got it trimmed down, and all I did was trim down the top and the side, and of course I told you guys I left the the seam side where you butt the two sheets together, I left that one as it was factory. Now I have a couple of pieces of 2x4, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just frame out the outside edge of the door, and I'm gonna lay my 2x4s, instead of laying them long ways like that, I'm gonna lay them flat on the sheet. So we'll go ahead and get to that. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay out the top flush with the top and the back flush with the back, and that outside edge is gonna hang off an inch on that side. We'll be right back with you. All right guys, so what I've done thus far was I measured my length, which I have 85 inches long, and what I did was, because I wanted this gap to be an inch overhang, I put my tape measure on this side and measured an inch over, and I pretty much drew a line all the way down so that I have an inch reveal. And what that is for is so that when my next sheet comes together, this is not the right side, but when my next sheet comes together, I want it to come together and have something to rest to. So with me having an inch overhang on this side, the other side of my door, I have something to hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna line them up, screw a nail on this side, line that side up, screw a nail on that side, and screw them all the way down. We'll go ahead and do that. And I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna grab me a drill bit and pre-drill some of my holes so that my siding don't crack so much. I'll be right back. All right guys, I'm back. So I went and got me a drill bit, and the reason that I got me a drill bit because my siding started cracking when I screwed the nails in. Screwed the screws in. I don't know why I keep saying nails. Screwed the screws in. So I went and got me a drill bit so I can pre-drill before I drill in the screws so they don't crack. All right. And I have a line here, and as you can tell, my 2x4 is kind of warped because my line is here, but it's lined up all the way at the top. But I'm gonna have to force this 2x4 over that way so that it'll line up. And I have that line there so I can have a reveal. So when my next door comes on top, as I explained earlier, when my next door comes on top, it'll have something to rest against when I open and close. This would be the door that stays closed. The other one, the other side would be the side that swings freely first. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it. Guys, now is the point where it starts to veer off. So So I'm gonna try to see if I might have to get me another clamp and see if I can put a clamp on this side and pull them together. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got another clamp, and I'm gonna try to use the other one to pull them together to see if I can close the gap. All right, that did it. So go ahead and get these screwed in. All right, guys, that's this side done. I'm gonna set you guys up on another time lapse, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything that I need, and then I'll come back and we'll put it all together. Be right back. All right, guys, so this is one door done, and well, it's not done, but the first step of it is done. So this is the back side. And my battery died when I was putting this middle section in. But all you do is measure and get that halfway point. And your halfway point, just put a center bracing in. And I'll come back after I get all the doors framed out and done. I'll go back and put a sheet of OSB on the back side, and that'll keep it straight and keep it from warping and all kind of stuff, because I could tell that this material is a little warped, but I think if I sit it outside and just let it sit flat, it might straighten up before I put the doors and hang the doors. So just to give you a visualization of what it's going to look like once I install it, I'll show you guys, just to give you a visualization of what it looks like, or what it will look like. And it has a little weight to it too. So that's somewhat what it'll look like once I get it done. Look generally similar to that. And of course, you know, we're gonna have trim that goes up. That's gonna cover, you know, gaps and stuff. So we won't even worry about that. But that's what it is now, guys. I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other door, and that one I may just put on a time lapse. I won't just go into details talking about that one, because it's the same steps as this. The only thing that we're gonna do different on the opposite door is, instead of putting this piece here overlap, that means when we put our other side up, the distance I have here, I'll put my next 2x4 on my other piece that much in, so that those two 2x4s aren't hitting each other. So that's another thing you want to make sure you do. Make sure you put this piece, your 2x4 on your next sheet has to go the distance you have revealing plus a little bit more inward, not sticking out. So guys, that's it. I'm gonna put you guys back on a time lapse, and we're gonna do the other door. Be right back.